Hello everyone, my name is Pacha and finally welcome back to Wahat Jamila, our Arabian inspired desert zoo, our African desert zoo inspired by Arabia and the United Arabian Emirates, stuff like that. A lot of desert inspired theming over here, and it has been quite a while since we have last been in the zoo. We had a tour a couple of weeks back where we toured our guest build that we had here, made by the wonderful, amazing Mr. Gecko. And if you haven't checked out that tour, definitely do. He created an entire market quarter basically in the studio that you also can see some places here in the background with so many details and things like that. It honestly reminds me of Animal Kingdom in Disneyland, so definitely check it out. It's really amazing. And thanks to him, we have this entire new section over here where we have to build something, because he tasked me with building something. I honestly thought I was finished with the zoo after his guest build, when we last have been building in the zoo, which was I think almost over a year ago. So long it has been since then. But he opened up this entire new section with nothing but desert and told me, you have to build that something, you have to finish up this area. I couldn't do it, so please do it for me. Or at least, finish up the zoo before you can put it on the workshop. So we are now here and we have to follow his orders. We have to finish this up. Of course, I'm happy about being in the zoo again. It has been quite a while and I honestly loved building all these desert themes, stuff like that. And as you already also have seen in the thumbnail as well as in the intro cinematic, we are today building for the warthog, for the common warthog, I think it's called in game. I don't know if there are other warthog species, but this is a common one. And we are building these ditch mode like exhibit for them, which serves a purpose actually, and it is that there will be another exhibit behind this exhibit, and you probably already have guessed that when you saw the maybe pictures and the intro cinematic, that the place behind it will of course not stay empty. We will have another exhibit behind there, and this will basically create a panorama effect where you can see the warthogs, but you can also see of course the animals on the other side or behind the warthogs. And this pitch or this ditch this mode, I think we call it, in that sense also serves a double purpose. For once, it keeps the warthogs in, they can't escape the mode, but also the mode serves as a separation between the guests and the other exhibits, so the animals that are in this other exhibit can't get out, they can't escape, because they can't jump over the mode. So using the mode in a more better purpose, using the mode for better purpose than just having water in it or just having a dry mode, but we're using the space to create some livable areas for another animal. And I think we can talk already about the elephant in the room. I went for the warthog not because I like its model very much. In fact, I think the warthog is one of the ugliest models in the game, and that has nothing to do with that. Real warthogs are also not the most prettiest animal. I mean, they can look quite weird sometimes, but the in-game model of the warthog looks nothing like the real one. It is wrong in so many places. I can't even start. I don't even know where to start. But there's so many differences coming from the color to the posture to the whole face. It looks nothing like a real warthog, and it is a shame because they are so cool animals. I really like them. I really like to see them in zoos. But the decision wasn't easy to go for the warthog here. But I think I didn't really have another option. I wanted to build for the warthog or something other, but there are not many small African animals left that I could have chosen. I already built for the porcupine, for the fennec fox. For the fennec fox, Mr. Gecko built for them. We have built for the meerkat. We have built for the sand cat. For the Nile monitor. So there aren't really that many small African animals left in the game that I could have chosen from that would have fit in here and that would have not escaped. Like a cat, I would have probably needed to mesh over the whole place if I built for like a cheetah or a caracal or something like that. And also for animals like the red river hawk or the caracal, speaking of, I already built in my other series for the red river hawk, of course, in Raven Creek and for the Caracal in Isle of the Wild. So I want to bring you something new. I don't want to repeat the same animals over and over. I want to show new animals and new ideas for these animals, and so that you have a broad roster of different ideas for different animals and habitats. So yeah, the warthog was basically the only choice that I had to go for. And I mean, it's nothing against the animal. The animal is still a cool animal. I don't know what it is supposed to be. Maybe a weird subspecies of warthogs that hasn't been discovered yet. So maybe we can go with that. And yeah, I mean, the habitat in the end looks really cool. So it is a little bit of it makes it a little bit better. I think I would want to say about that. But yeah, the whole idea is which came really together once I started planning out this exhibit, was to have it connected, or have two sides of this habitat connected via a tunnel. Originally, I only planned to have the right side that you see now on the right on the screen to be the habitat, but once I digged out the moat and saw how much space I would have for the warthog, I decided, yeah, that's not enough. It's quite a small space for them, especially if you have more than one. So I decided to extend the habitat to the other side, but I already had planned to have this raised platform over here that guests can maybe use for just sitting or eating, because we have a restaurant nearby. So I already had this platform in the middle, and how do I connect these two parts of the habitat? And of course the easiest solution was having a tunnel underneath it, which I think I haven't really done so far, having a tunnel underneath the guest area. So it's also something new. Of course, there is no actual path on this raised platform, because that would interfere with the walking area of the animals and how low or high I could make this ditch as this moat. I also didn't want to make it extremely deep. I still wanted to make it reasonably deep, and so yeah, it is just for looks basically, and guests can't enter it, at least for now. I have to test a few things out. Maybe I can get it to work, because this is only the beginning. This raised platform is only the beginning of something I have planned, but that we will see in the upcoming episodes when we are focusing on the habitat behind the warthog exhibit. And yeah, we're of course also using again our mud walls, our dry desert-esque mud walls over here to create this ditch, but there will be more safety measurements for the animals, so that they not accidentally fall into the moat and hurt themselves. So there will be more, but this will all come into the next episode. So if you're seeing the pictures or the intro and you think, I mean, if you have already saw it and still watching to this point, then you probably have no problem with it. But just in case, just remember, it's not finished. It's just a part of a bigger picture, basically. And yeah, now constructing some other walls to keep the guests separate. And since we are not an American area or an American zoo over here, I don't have to care that much about safety. Yay! I can apply to the common human sense this time and expect that visitors will not jump into the moat, because there are not that many barriers. Of course, we will have some small barriers, small barrier that signifies that you are not allowed to walk over there and jump into the moat, but I don't have to spend much time on building ridiculously safe fences and stuff like that, because I know people aren't that stupid to jump into there. So yay, for once I can just build a fence system that works and is not Americanized, I can say. But let's stop me about talking about how stupid some American safety measures are and why they have to be there. But yeah, as I said, we're now building a small foot fence over here that you can easily walk over if you would want to. And maybe I should put in some signs for Americans saying, hey, don't walk over this fence, please, it's dangerous, don't jump into the moat, please, our animals would like to have some privacy. But yeah, what are the next plans, basically, for the upcoming weeks in general? Because I always like to give a view into the future, if we can call that, what you can expect for the next videos. And that will, of course, be, I will finish up this section of Wahat Jamila, it is called, of course. So that means we will build the different exhibit I already talked in length about, and then also doing also housing and stuff like that. And then maybe I spend an episode, I don't know yet, I will not promise it, I say maybe spend an episode on doing also indoor stuff for areas that need indoor stuff or that I have planned indoor stuff for. We also still have a gift shop in the entrance of the zoo that isn't there, that I just ignored, and maybe I can fit in it's not new, very new, but the modular gift shop, now that it is fixed and not causing problems anymore. Maybe I can fit that in there, would make things easier. Probably for things like that, this is now the backstage basically for the warthogs, that's why I'm making it bigger, but I will probably not build a backstage for them in here because of the terrain and stuff like that. But for other areas, I already planned backstage areas. I planned with this in mind, but I haven't built them yet. So this would be something. Let me know if you want to see that. If you want to see me just have an episode of me building backstages for all the different animals. And yeah, if you want to see it, or otherwise I'm doing it off screen, off camera. And then after that is done, this zoo will be finished basically, unless in the last DLC that Frontier is still releasing, they will give us more African animals. I kind of expect it, but I hope it's not too many. But yeah, if that happens, then I will of course add them to the zoo and then release it to the workshop. This is what I want to come to. After this zoo is fully finished and I'm happy with it, I will release it to the workshop, similar to Isle of Wild back then, and then you can of course download it. You can build more. There's still a lot of space. This is a very small area, so there's a lot of space in the whole map that you can use to extend it, to build your own zoo out of it, or to just look at it and have fun with it. So this would be the plan after that. And then after that is done, or depending on when the last DLC, I should say, will release, after we finish this area over here, we will go back to Raven Creek, of course, and start building our new mountain area there. Yes, we will focus on the new area, which will be a mountain area. And depending also on the last DLC, maybe add stuff here and there. I'm currently also completely redoing the entrance of Raven Creek during my live streams every Friday at 9 p.m. Central European summertime. So if you want to see what the new entrance of Raven Creek looks like, I highly encourage you to go over to Twitch on Fridays and watch me building it, and then you can also talk with me and with the rest of the community and share your thoughts and ideas. So you are always welcome. I'm always happy to see you in the comment section over there, in the chat section over there. But yeah, this is the plan for now. And also in 3 weeks from now, I will be on holiday in Vienna for around 1.5 weeks. So for the next 3 weeks, then for the next 2 weeks, I hope it is understandable, there will not be videos or live streams, simply because I'm not home and I don't have the time at the moment because also of exams, university exams, to record something in before I go on holiday. I simply don't have the time to do that, to record more than a video per week because of the work I have to do also. So there will be no videos for 2 weeks, but I will also make a separate announcement then to remind you of that, because I will be in Vienna. I will also go to Vienna Zoo, which I'm really, really happy about and really looking forward to, and maybe make some pictures, maybe bring back some inspiration for our future builds. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really happy. And we are now in the section of the video where we decorate the whole exhibit with plants. I went for the more dryish look over here, similar to the rest of the zoo, but lots of grasses, a few plants over here and there, so very similar to the rest. And really trying to go into this very dry, very sandy pit basically for the warthogs. That also, because it has some corners, some shadowy corners here and there, has some more bigger plant growth with some bushes that the pigs didn't reach. And then I also placed some rocks over here, placed some rocks everywhere. I'm very sorry, it is still very warm and my mind isn't really keeping up with what I wanted to say. And then also some logs that the pigs can use to sharpen their tusks and to fight against if they want to, stuff like that. But I will now leave you to the rest of the speed build with some music, and then I will see you in the end with the real-time part where we look at the whole finished enclosure in its totality. So until then, have a great time and thank you for listening so far. Alright, and here we are now in the real-time part, and we are standing basically between the cheetah rhino exhibit, between Mr. Geckos' amazing Cairo market, and of course the new Warthog exhibit, and also the 9 monitor exhibit on this side. The last thing actually that we have built in this park before Mr. Gecko took over. But yeah, let's go straight away to the Warthogs. That's the name. And yeah, sadly I wished I could have made this distance even shorter or even less wide to get an even better look onto the Warthogs, but sadly due to the pathing and how terrain works with pathing, it is as wide or as slim as it can be, and it is as wide as it has to be. But yeah, really, as I said, simple enclosure over here with the Warthogs. They have a little bit of a shady place over there where they can get some shade to cool off during the hot desert sun. Of course, their feeding area, then the keeper gate over there, and then the tunnel that you can actually not see from the guest path over here. You can see it when you go over the path, as you shouldn't do. But yeah, and then of course we have our little outlook over here, which is looking onto nothing for now. But as I said, there will be more once we get to the next week's episode. But you also get a nice, good look at the Warthogs on this side, a better look on the Warthogs. And yeah, as I get fed. And you can also get a look at the other side, where we have, of course, the mud bath for them, some water enrichment to cool off even more, and also the entrance to the Sahara Grill, which doesn't have an interior yet. This is one of the tasks Mr. Gecko gave me when he gave me back that file. So this will also be something we have to do in an upcoming episode. But yeah, really simple design with the mold, but I still like it. It's something, and especially once the background or the background exhibit is there, I think it will come together much nicer and much better, and I can't wait to see how it looks then. Hello, you not so warthog looking warthog. But yeah, basically that's it. That's everything in what we did in this episode. A simple, nice enclosure to fill the gap between a much larger enclosure and the rest of the zoo. And yeah, I'm still happy how it turned out, and I can't wait to see how it looks when everything is there. I think I have to move this a little bit, but yeah. Okay, yeah, nice. They can use it. That's what I wanted to test out also. And yeah, really simple, really nice. Nothing else to say about this exhibit. Maybe you can see, or we can't see the water coming through. But yeah, that's it for this week's episode. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I see you in next week's video again. And until then, have a great time, stay safe, and bye-bye everyone.